Welcome to Floor to Explore, the podcast where every episode takes you on a journey across the world of flooring. From rugged warehouse surfaces to cutting-edge sports courts and design-forward interiors. We have seen the good, the bad, and the beautifully coated, and we are here to share it all, from lab innovation all the way to real-world application that are revolutionizing industries. Together with guests from around the globe, we'll uncover stories, challenges, and the innovations that keep the world moving, one floor at a time. Good day to all of you floor explorers. Welcome back to another episode of Floor to Explore. I am Dr.Ralf, founder, CEO of Floorfinder Asia, and today we are going in another call it transition of a new episode. That means far away from just the technical expertise or the chemical reactions of so-called synthetic floors. So we go more beyond personal issues, the human part. We are talking about relationships, trust, and what happens when the right partners come together. Today's episode is building stronger floors, stronger relationships, partnerships, and I couldn't be more excited than today. I want to highlight that joining me today is Malcolm from Trion Industrial Services, a company who is already a long time in the business and making waves in the Asian market over more than 2 decades, and a partner I've had the pleasure to really working with closely. Malcolm,
Hi,
thank you for
Dr.
coming here and taking your time to share it with me in another episode.
Hi, Malcolm over here. Okay, from Trion Industrial Services. Yeah, I'm in this line for about 20 years. Basically, previously I was in the chemical lines. What got me interested in this is because of, there are many things to learn. Very interesting. Previously, we are talking about many years ago, a lot of our so-called clients that wouldn't know what is industrial floorings.
Right.
Okay, that is where we actually step in. Okay, and other than that, we do educate our clients what are the necessity to actually install industrial floorings. That is how we actually started.
And how did you get close, or your very first time when you get together with our teams here? So do you remember the time? Whatever was your very first impression? As you know, there is never ever a second chance for a first impression. What's your very first impression?
Okay, to tell the truth, the first impression was not that good because I have a stable supplier.
Excellent.
Okay, what got me to change to current supplier, that is with Floorfinder, is because of after there's some recommendation from your sales team based on the product, of course based on the costing itself. I believe that I should take the initial step, to try it out. And after trying out, I feel that I'm comfortable with the product.
Okay.
And also other than that is confident. Okay. Then of course things got started.
What makes you especially confident, I mean, you say a product is a product you work with, okay, it's curing, it's getting out, that's
confident.
it.
Confident means that the product I'm using is basically less issue, okay? And if there's simple issues or problem that surface, the sales team or the technical team, they are there to support. Yeah. So until now, I'm still getting things from materials.
Less issue, that means trouble-free, that means easy to apply, that means...
Yes.
Anything else?
Part of it, easy to apply. We can work together, so if there are any issues, something like application issues, materials problem, your team are there, okay,
right,
to support.
Okay, so in other words, shit happens, we cannot avoid it, we are humans.
Yes.
What you're finally saying is, whenever shit happens, the team is not running away and said, oh, excuse me, it's not my fault, it's your fault, or whatever, At the end of the day, everyone is getting together to solve it together in a fair way, right?
This is what I like is, we need support from our suppliers. We need support, technical support, sales support, to actually encounter problems, okay? With your support and meeting and discussion, we can actually go forward That is very important for me. Why I actually getting from Floorfinder rather than my previous suppliers is because the technical support was very bad as compared. Okay, this is how it was actually started. Coincidentally, the first job that I did, well, there were some issues. That is where I have confidence in the future, where I'm still getting from you all, because that issue was actually settled. Okay, with the help from your team.
Right. You remember what exactly was the issue? I mean, issue is just in general, so what worked out wrong or?
Oh, there are many issues.
Many issues?
Yes,
Color
color
even
problem, which actually linked to some application problem. Yes, I do admit application play part of it also. Okay.
Okay.
But of course, I was so-called lucky to manage to settle it with help from the team. So, because others is like they will actually start to avoid from other suppliers. You know, a lot of blaming here and there, but not from Floorfinder.
Okay, what do you think? Why is the reason why, for example, others are blaming and others are solving? Why people looking for excuse, others don't? What do you think is the reason for?
The reason is because of they're trying to protect their company, their materials. You know, we always take into consideration and whose fault is it first. How we're going to do that is we will think of our application. So if we found that our application shouldn't have any issues, then we will discuss with our suppliers. So this is how we tackle the problem. But other suppliers is that they will come in and say that it's application problem, you know, without checking whether their materials have any issues or not. So this is what I actually dislike.
Understand?
I believe that business is actually both ways to have a better future or more success. Including tackling issues and problems. It has to be both ways rather than a single way.
I mean, every problem we face to is made for us, you know, otherwise we would not face this problem.
Yes.
And this is very important to grow.
Correct.
So, and if you avoid or you even respect the problem as a problem, you can't grow.
Correct.
So finally, it's a dead-end road from all of these. They finally avoid to take over any responsibility, isn't it?
Yes, and the funny thing is that you know, there are many manufacturers for industrial flooring in Malaysia. I can say 90% are actually avoiding problems and issues.
But you say finally, you said before, they want to protect their company.
Yes.
So in other words, you also can say the Floorfinder team doesn't want to protect the company.
No, you can't say that. Avoiding and protecting, it comes together. But to settle a problem where both parties sitting down, you know, it's not to say that they're admitting that they are wrong, suppliers are wrong. But I always appreciate that to sit down and to actually settle the problem, to discuss, that is the main thing. But other suppliers will start to avoid when there are issues popping up. Another issue is because of they are reluctant to pay us back in materials because of dollar and cents issues. Part of it.
So can I say it's finally all about money?
Basically.
But
yes.
How can a world develop or even survive if you just look at a single penny?
Yeah, that's the issue we are facing over here in Malaysia. You see, most of the suppliers, and I really dislike this kind of thing that is happening over here for so many years.
You know, sorry, I don't understand, because, you know, we come with nothing and we go with nothing. The last shirt has no pockets, so why the hell you are doing that? And it's much more helpful and much more grateful and really helping all ourselves if we are working together. Sometimes we win,
yes.
Sometimes we lose. Sometimes we gain money, sometimes we gain a lesson. Yes. I mean, that's the normal way.
Yes, you are right. But not all of the businessmen, companies, they're having that kind of a thinking. You see, I always feel that relationship is very important. Business partners, as I always mention, is it has to go both ways, rather than a single traffic.
Of course. Fully agree.
Yes, so this is what I like to deal with Floorfinders.
Excellent. So, going one step ahead, this is now this kind of relationship. That means hours in between the companies. If you look at our customers, finally the end users, what do you think, what major trouble, problems, challenges they usually get with these kind of floors? Or do we really solve their problems?
Most of our clients in Malaysia is having issues. We are talking about substrate, we are talking about oil entrapments, we are talking about build-up moistures and all those things. Yes, I can't say that 100% that we can settle all of it, but we will try our best, to help them out. Okay, but as I say, I'm a very straightforward person. Is that if the floor is unsalvageable, we will tell our clients straightforward. And of course, before that, I will actually discuss with your technical team and sales team, see whether it can be salvaged or it can be applied or not. Malaysia substrates are very different from other countries. It's very bad.
In what sense they are very different?
As I've seen other countries, their substrate as compared to us is totally different. Some of our substrate is that it can be very oily. You can't save the floor. Or the substrate, you have to redo a new substrate on top of it. And this is actually causing a lot of issues for some factories over here. And the cost is also basically, that's a big issue. We try our best to actually provide this kind of services, which then actually lower down their costing.
But is there any chance even to support architects, consultants, all these kind of responsible planners to create the subbase first before the applicator of a resin flooring or other flooring is coming up, or is that not common?
Okay.
Or they just don't have this kind of knowledge or experience?
They do not have that kind of a knowledge. Okay, we provide all these problem solving for them once we actually inspect the floors. But the issue they're facing is that to apply a new substrate is going to be very, very costly. They will try to avoid. They may want to consider to look for another new factory rather than the current old ones, you see. Designers or ID companies over here, they are not actually helping out, to tell the truth.
But finally, it's their job, isn't it?
It is their job, but other than that, they are trying ways to avoid by telling them the truth. So that is where we actually step in.
So are you willing to say that these are all the time naysayers?
Yes, you can say that. Yeah. But other than that, ID companies and all these, they are not very well versed with industrial flooring.
Okay, what do you think is the reason for why they are naysayers? Why they have no courage?
They
have nothing to lose.
Okay.
I mean, they should bring the industry forward,
yes,
and that's stopping them.
They are trying to have some cost saving for their clients in order to appoint them. Malaysians are always thinking about cost savings. So who give them the best proposal, the best cost saving, they'll actually go for that, regardless what is the outcome.
Okay, so finally they want to buy something before they even know what it costs or what they want to buy. Yeah. They just want to save cost already?
Yes, you're right. Okay, dollar and cents always comes first. Problems always come second.
Aha.
Yes.
I think they are in the wrong movie.
This doesn't work. Most of them, they know.
Okay, any idea how to change this kind of philosophy?
We try to educate them. Hopefully they will understand. Of course, they understand, but the issue is that they're still very reluctant to actually come up with that kind of investment.
Okay, but then you also can implement, I am thinking loud, you also can thinking that if these people even doesn't know about these stories of floorings, sub-base preparation and all this stuff, so if they don't know that, then maybe the Mr. Maybes, they also don't know about the rest of the construction, or they have a big lack of knowledge and experience.
Yes, you are right.
Another question, how you usually decide what will be the right coating system? If you visit the customer, if you see the sub-base, so we have heard that sub-bases are an issue, if they are oily or whatever, it's an issue. But a part of that, how you usually decide what kind of coating system you are going to use?
Basically, we look at the environment. What are the requirements, their daily activities, and after that, of course, we have to look at the slab also. Then we start to propose a system for them, which is not the most priciest. We propose a system which is workable for long term. That is how we actually talk to them.
Okay, for example, if you just some kind of industries, any idea what system to what industry is related well? Can you give some examples, please?
We're talking about F&B industries. Okay, basically, the only choice I look at it should be polyurethane screed.
Right.
Of course, when we have to take into consideration such as this, either if it's a freezer room or if it's on top of the oven, of course, another kind of so-called heavy-duty PU screed actually comes in. But other than that, we are talking about warehousing. Of course, we are talking about something like heavy forklifts or pallet jacks that actually comes in. Of course, the PU will actually, in terms of cost saving, in terms of reliability, the PU actually we start to introduce rather than proposing epoxies.
Right.
Okay, epoxies. The most is that we are talking about heavy things about SL epoxies, which of course is actually more higher than PU. Both of them works well.
We come to that later. Just coming back to this PU screeds type of systems. You said heavy duty warehousing, F&B is the right way, PU screeds. So what makes, on your point of view, the PU screed extraordinary great, especially for this kind of industry?
Oh, we actually look at our feedback from our clients and previous clients. How we do that is that after we did the floor for a couple of years, if the client has no issues, basically we're talking about repairings, then we actually base on that kind of experience, how we propose to our customers.
Right.
Okay. There's a comparison over there, installing epoxies and PU. PU, they are bound to have a lot of phone calls coming in after 1 or 2 years, coming back for repairing here and there. So we gauge on that actually. Of course, the client handling also is part of it. Okay, but we educate them how to handle the floor. Okay, how to prolong the floor.
Okay, if I ask you the 3 key advantages of PU screeds, what would you say?
Durability.
Durability.
Cost.
Cost. 3.
It's workable on it's either high or low temperatures.
Okay, that means heat resistance.
Yes.
And okay, I understand. You mentioned just before epoxies.
Correct.
Where you usually recommend epoxy floors?
For epoxies, we are talking about confined area. We are talking about fully air conditioned or lab, which is less stress, then we may want to consider or actually introduce epoxies.
So less stress is epoxy, heavy duty is PU screed.
Yes.
The 3 key points for epoxies, what do you like most about the epoxy?
Finishes, glossy finish,
Finish, glossy,
presentable.
presentable. That's it.
Yes.
Not more than that. So
Not
we
more than
didn't
that,
get
okay.
3, we get 2. Okay, however, doesn't matter.
Okay.
Excellent. And are there even differences or deviations in between the epoxies?
I don't actually see much. I look at the differences basically on the costing side, okay? Especially in Malaysia, the moisture is actually quite high. If we were to install something like the self-leveling epoxies, we have to put in at least a moisture barrier below. That is where the costing actually raise up. But for PU polyurethane screed is that sometimes it can be avoided if the moisture reading is acceptable.
Right. Okay. Stepping out of these more technical issues or technical products, coming back to more the partnership thing. This is finally the way we are talking today. What's the one thing, the only one thing you would never miss out based on a partnership What makes a great partnership?
For me, it's a support for partnership. In terms of support, is very important. Support, as I mentioned earlier, is like we talk about technicals. We're talking about the costing of the materials itself. Yeah. So if it's we're talking about big jobs or big areas, your team is actually are open for discussions. Those are the material costs. This is what I like also. Because in order to secure big jobs, we have to consider about costing itself. This is very important, and it helps a lot from your team. Other suppliers, they are very, sometimes their pricing are very stiff, okay? Or they may actually supply some materials which is cheaper options, but it doesn't work. Okay?
So they offer cheaper options, but they don't work.
Yes.
Everyone has his philosophy, everything has his principles or guidelines. It's a matter of fact, but I mean, at least after this kind of episode, they will learn a lot if they listen. You know? Okay, if we just step out a little bit more in detail, partnerships. We talk about all the things, but is there something really exceptional what you never experienced before? So how Floorfinder totally stepped out to anyone else in the very past? Is there something where you said, wow, I didn't expect that? Only just beside the support, beside even this in the costing or prices. So what is something really say, wow?
Problem solving, less issues from the materials itself. Yeah, you can say that these are the two main things.
Is there anything what you would say, if you even could support with that or deliver this, whatever it will be, is there any one of your bucket list, wish list, or whatever you want to call it, number one, if you get this, then you are unbeatable?
I hope that do not change your team, which they've been supporting for so many years already.
Right.
I need it to be the same team to be ongoing, so that we have that kind of mindset, that kind of thinking, in order to improve the business or the sales and everything. So this is very important for me. Of course, other than that, I also hope that you come up with optional kind of materials which can replace if some industrial that they can't use that. I think basically we're talking about something like also some lowering cost kind of materials, because some of it over here in Malaysia, they are very conscious about costing itself. So hopefully that I can actually get something from your side which can do some, I don't say it's wonderful things for the floor, which they can actually accept based on the cost. Others, I don't see that they are doing that, other suppliers. They are very stagnant.
Yeah, no, this is what we are going to do. And coming back to your request, not changing the team, of course, I'm not willing to change a team, never change a winning team, of course, you know, it's a very simple thing. Furthermore, we are going to develop even further. It's just important. Only hire happy people, that's very important too, you know.
Yes.
I don't want to have these naysayers or these negative people, you know. This is say goodbye, you know, take the next door, take the back door, and never see you again.
Yeah.
That's clear. But this is also very important because we take not just the partnership, even in the company itself, is very important to really develop. And develop means not develop just the company. If you want to develop a company, you have to develop the people first.
Yes.
And the basics is that they are even willing to develop themselves. This is another story. Most of the people today, they get bored.
Yes.
Playing on their smartphones, that's it. You know, they have no idea what they really want to do.
Correct.
But okay, if you are willing to describe Floorfinder in 3 words, how would you define Floorfinder? 1, 2, 3. Feel free. Free.
Innovative.
Innovative? Sounds excellent. I like that word.
Problem solving company.
Problem solving company.
Yes, and great staffs.
Great stuff.
Yes.
I mean, everyone likes to hear that. So.
Yeah. I mean, if you're having great staffs, basically that is very important. Great staff means that they are willing to support, you know, the customer itself, and also for the company. It's very important.
I take this as a compliment. Thank you.
Oh, definitely. That's why I'm still hanging with Floorfinder.
Right. Yeah, okay, that's a good personal and company description or characterization even. That's really good, so I love that. Can you walk us through a project where the Floorfinder Trion partnership really shined? So, I mean, not the normal thing what you already told. Is there some special project? Because exactly of when both together went through this bottleneck, it really became a rising star.
Okay, 2 years ago, the issue that I was facing with my client was the materials that I ordered, which I placed wrongly, and luckily your team managed to support me with the delivery of another new batch of materials within a certain time frame. I was very appreciative based on that. But of course, there are other issues also facing, which is something like color, what do you call that, floating. We managed, or your team managed to find out is that basically it's because of your raw mat supplier that is causing all these issues. And it was settled on time,
right,
with your team support during that.
Okay, so this really is going quite very deep in support,
yes,
back and forth, and a lot of issues happen all the time during the business we are in. But this is construction business, so
yes,
expect the unexpected. This is the daily business at this time.
Expect the problem will actually pop up if it's a big project as a thing. Yeah, it's normal, but very appreciative is that it was actually settled just on time.
Okay, so this is excellent to get these deep insights and also this understanding both ways, you know, supporting customers. At the end, it's about the end user who is finally using the flooring.
Happy.
Happy.
Yes.
Yeah, be happy. Of course, it's very important to make the people happy.
Yes.
Even if we can't do that, but at least we can bring our support into that.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Furthermore, again, thank you. It was a great time together with you to get these insights. And of course, for all our listeners, you know, followers or whoever, if you like this podcast, please do not forget to follow us, to share it with your friends or other people from interest. They can take some innovative and helpful innovations. And yeah, until next time, keep building strong foundations and create relationship in partnerships. This is Floor to Explore, reminding you that the best floors are built on the strongest relationships. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Floor to Explore. Stay ahead, stay curious, and stay grounded. Don't forget to follow, share, and keep exploring the future of flooring with us at floorfinderasia.com. We'll see you again next time on another floor worth exploring. Floorfinder, live on it.